Welcome to Night Sky Wisdom and Tarot. I'm Alex. I'm here to bring you a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node general energy update for the week. So, here's the thing. I haven't done Sagittarius in a while. What had happened was I decided to do specialty spreads, and I couldn't consistently get. So I would do a general spread reading, a video for that, a love reading video for that, career finance video for that. So it didn't leave me enough time to do all the signs. So I've only been doing about 3 or 4 signs consistently. I'm going back to doing all signs. This will be my last time just doing a general reading to see what comes out the most. The next week's readings, I will cover in each reading love, finances, and then the general spiritual messages. Because what's happening is I'm doing these horseshoe spreads and I feel like I get the messages pretty quickly. And it becomes rather repetitive. So instead of doing 20-30 minutes of the same information, I'm going to make sure I hit every aspect of your life. So just to be consistent, though, I'm going to finish out this week doing everybody's the same. That being said, just bear with me. You know, I'm in the beginning stages of my channel still. So until I figure out what works the best for me, it may change a couple of times. Anyway, I hope y'all are doing wonderful. Spirit, what are the messages for Sagittarius? Deck. Okay, let me turn this down. I had the deck upside down. 2. I'll rearrange these to get them all in the and I don't do reversals in this way, so let's see. Okay, so Sagittarius, it looks like you're coming out of a major upgrade in your life in the recent past that really opened you up into a place of being able to be more free, being able to move about a little bit easier. So maybe some obligation that you've been really tied to for a long time you were finally released from the burden or the debt or the obligation. I hate to say it like that because it could be something like your child came of age and moved out, or you recently finally finished paying off your house, something of that nature. But I almost feel with the Wheel of Fortune being here, excuse my lighting, that the way that this came to, whatever this thing was that came into completion happened, it was unexpected. It was like an unexpected blessing. But whatever it was, it freed you up to allow you to really focus more on whatever the heck you felt like focusing on. Be free, travel, have fun, you know, be artistic. Spend more time on your spiritual pursuits. Just a lighthearted, free-flowing energy I'm getting from this Page of Wands and your present energy. It does look like, though, you're going to end up going into a space in the near future of moon energy. So that means some things are going to be revealed to you either about the way you've been operating or the way others around you have been operating that really aren't the most pleasant. And what I'm getting from you is that maybe you were falsely attributing the negative aspects of certain people, places, or things. It's like whatever this burden was that was lifted, or this obligation that was lifted from you, it revealed that some things are a result of your own behavior. Some things are the result of negative aspects of the people around you, something of that nature, but we'll clarify to see what it is. But definitely being freed up is leaving you the room to really do some reflection on what has really led to some of the negative aspects of your day-to-day experiences where you might have falsely attributed it to something else. In your vice position is the Empress. So Spirit is saying slow down a little bit, have fun, take the time to be free and do the, you know, self-love thing and focus on whatever your needs or desires are. But ultimately you need to reground yourself into a place of making sure that whatever you're doing is nurturing yourself properly, nurturing those around you properly, feeding into your idea of stability and for a prosperous future. Like, don't get so footloose and fancy free that you lose your grounding. I want to know what this burden was. Like, we'll get back to this, though. We're coming back. The energy around you is 8 of Wands. Yeah, so everything's moving fast now in your life. It's like, I just keep hearing that. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you find yourself like having so much extra money now that you are just blowing it and doing whatever the heck you want to, which again, temporarily, you've earned that right, whatever it is. But this isn't the way to continue too long, because you could project yourself right into a place of losing your grounding. Some kind of consequences financially or stability wise that you weren't foreseeing, because you're so caught up in this recent freedom that you found. Obstacle around you is 5 of Pentacles. That's the thing. So whatever it was that you were tied to before was a responsibility to where you had to kind of pull back from certain things, and you couldn't do everything it was that you wanted to do. You couldn't move about how you wanted to. And so around you right now is this 5 of Pentacles energy, because it's like now you have the freedom of motion. You're a little bit afraid of feeling left out, or like you're not really living life if you don't take advantage of it. But again, caution, it could project you into more problems later on down the line by being reckless. So that's the warning for spirit. The outcome, if you're mindful of that energy, is the world energy. So yes, whatever cycle was that you close out is closed, and the world indicates that you are ready and in position for elevation and closing off of that cycle. But you got to be cautious about being, what's the word, self-destructive in the process, or almost self-sabotage. That's the word I'm looking for. Self-sabotage. But as long as you don't do anything to sabotage the trajectory that you're on, you are set to elevate even further and open you up to a whole new brand new cycle. So let's start getting some specifics about what is this obligation in the recent past that kind of, I feel like it wrapped up sooner than you expected. Let's see, what is this recent past energy? It's some kind of, 7 of Pentacles. Oh, wow. 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. I feel like a child has left the house, graduated, something in regards, I'm feeling like this is children. The 7 of Pentacles energy is giving me very much like child energy. Kids that you've invested in. This is giving me graduation energy. They've either got married, went off to college, something of that nature. 10 of Pentacles, but it's like they marched on and went forward to build their own stable foundation. So yeah, some kind of obligation that's major. If you don't have children, it's something to this effect. Maybe you went to college, and of course, a lot of us have student loan debt, So you invest the money hoping that the payoff will come and you get the promotion or the advancement. The advancement comes, you're able to march off into more financial stability. But it's something like major like that has come to a close. So Page of Wands. Let's see. What's this Page of Wands? And it also makes sense because pages often represent children. In the tarot, it just depends on the supporting energy. Also, the Empress can represent motherhood. So with all that being said, I do feel like for a good chunk of you that come across this reading, it is something to do with obligations, financial obligations tied to a child that's wrapping up. But that's not going to be everyone, of course. Death card, the Hierophant, and the King of Wands. Yeah, it's definitely an end of a cycle. Death is also rebirth. Hierophant is about formal commitments, obligations, things of that nature. So yeah, we're just getting more the same. And remember I said graduation energy. Is there something about Hierophant gives me graduation vibes as well. Even though typically it's more about a formality in the religious realm. So, you get what I'm saying? So marriage is often associated with the Hierophant church. spiritual leaders, like official spiritual leaders, something of that nature. And then like the King of Wands, it's like you elevating from this page. It's like you're having fun, footloose and fancy free, but it provides you more stability in essence, because now you have more that you can work with, right? So you've been elevated from this page to this king just because of finalizing this obligation. So let's see what this moon energy is. So I just think that that might be you realizing, okay, I'm free, but I ain't that free. I hate to be a damper on the situation, but let's see what the moon energy is, please, spirits. What's this moon energy? Could also be a divorce that was finalized that really led to you. I don't know. But the moon energy, 3 of Cups, Page of Cups, Queen of Wands, which is the counterpart to the King of Wands. All feminine energy here. All cups. Well, minus the Queen of Wands. We have a lot of cups energy. So really, yeah, be cautious about just getting too much, so excited to the fact where you're partying, celebrating, giving stuff away. Like, you need to maintain this newfound freedom that you had. In order to do that, you can't, every extra cup that you have now, you can't give it away. Like, you still have to be responsible about your finances and your future and your comfort level, because otherwise it's like you never leveled up. It's like you spent all of it for a short period of time having fun, only to end up back in the same situation again. So this is just turning into, like, you know, spirit saying, hey, whatever debt you cleared up recently, don't go blow it all, because then what is the point? Have fun, but within that fun, be responsible. That's all spirit is saying. Take a second thought about what you do. Yeah, Queen of Swords, 4 of Wands. This is so... 9 of Wands. Be very, 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 very objective, logical, pragmatic about the decisions you make regarding your finances and or your newfound freedom. Because this could be, if you just got a divorce or something, don't go out there and get yourself tied to a whole nother person because you think you're just out having fun. Next thing you know, you meet, you know, some badass brunette at the bar, or some tall, dark, and handsome fellow at the bar, and next thing you know, you're back in some connection that you really weren't ready for. But also, I'm really feeling more finances. Don't go blow a bag and blow your foundation and your newfound freedom. Part of the freedom is having extra if you need to access extra, whether that's time or money. But be very strategic and logical about what you do with that, because your foundation is at risk if you just go flying about in the middle of the night like a Knight of Wands. Because here we go again. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, being irresponsible. Page of Wands, kind of being irresponsible. But what you really are, if you take this newfound freedom and you responsibly use it, is a King or a Queen of Wands. So let's see. The 5 of Pentacles, because the 8 of Wands is clear as day to me. Like I said, these readings, this is why I'm switching my format, because I'm just reaffirming the same message for your general message over and over again. But let's see if we can find something new for you here, Sag. 5 of Pentacles, as far as the feeling left out in the cold as your challenge position, I really am getting that this is just FOMO, fear of missing out. It's part of what's driving you to just like finally get out there and just have fun, because you've been, whatever previous situation or cycle that ended had you somewhat oppressed in some aspect of your life, even if it was a happy obligation. Happy obligation meaning sending your child to college, paying off a home, you know, things that at the end of the day is the outcome is pleasurable, but the responsibility of it can still be dampening and keep us feeling restricted. Yeah, so 2 of Swords, crossroads energy, but you're not really confused. You know what it is you need to do. You see But it's funny because this Page of Swords is like hesitant. It's like you see the truth, you know the route you need to take, but you're hesitant because it's not fun. Like, okay, like I know I need to be responsible with this. I know that I don't want to end up back in the same position. So it's not like you're not really blind to the fact or really needing more information. It's just like kind of Two of Swords in reverse, hesitating or battling internally with yourself about shouldn't I? Like, should I spend this? Should I go here? Should I have fun this weekend with this guy? Because I'm single now. And it's like, no, you already know what you already have the information, Page of Wands. And if you really think you're not sure, go inside, withdraw a little bit, get you some quiet time, pray about it, and you'll have all the final clarity you need. But you're not left out in the cold. Like, have some fun. Just don't go overboard. And Sag, if there's anything, y'all love to have fun and y'all don't care nothing. And okay, not y'all. The purity in the pure essence of Sag energy, because we're made up of so many different signs. That aspect of your chart is known for kind of moving, going with the wind. And what happens to fire when it blows in the wind? It spreads. And what happens when fire spreads? It burns everything in its path. So it has no concern for the consequences or the outcome. It's just going where it's directed to go. You gotta be a little bit, you gotta contain this fire a little bit. And the King of Wands and Queen of Wands represent contained, controlled fire. The Page and the Knight, not so much. Not so much. Forest fire waiting to happen. So let's clarify the outcome of the world. And we'll get you going. Because that is what's at stake here, is another level up in the near future that you're going to miss out on if you get too caught up in the here and now of celebration, right? Seven of Wands, Ace of Cups, Five of Cups. Yeah. You have an offering of a new beginning, and you intuitively know it's coming. It's really another blessing for you for the work that you've done, for the completion of this old cycle, for staying diligent, vigilant, all that good stuff, right? But you're going to have to protect yourself from yourself is what I'm getting from this Seven of Wands. Like you are fire energy, Sag. You are Wands energy. And control is not, impulse control is not a strong suit for fiery energy. Again, you could be like something like a Taurus moon or a Capricorn moon. Like, you have so many aspects of your chart. It's not to generalize you as an individual, but the energy in your chart of Sagittarius energy, wherever it lies, depending on the placement in that area of your life, you have the propensity to be very compulsive and or impulsive. What I say? You know what I'm trying to say. So in that area of your life where that fiery energy falls in your chart, you have to protect the blessings that you are being given and offered, because patience is not going to be the strong suit. Impulse control is not going to be the strong suit. Like you're at the precipice. You're at the very door of a new beginning, even further than just the initial satisfaction of this previous cycle completing. Then you have the world. You start off with the wheel, you end up with the world, but you will miss out on the world, Five of Cups, if you don't kind of like temper your fire a little bit. So this is just to help you navigate that energy. Have fun. Just, if you weren't worried about the consequence of the fun, this is just Spirit saying, hey, be a little bit more mindful about what you're about to do in celebration of one thing. Don't create the mourning of another. Okay? So I hope this helps. Like, comment, and subscribe, and see you later, dear Sag. Bye.